As I'm just waiting for the lights to start so I can get a better camera angle. There we go then, so we're now to 2 lights, 3 lights now, 4 lights, now 5 red lights, and we're waiting for them to go off. And lights out, and it looks like the Ferraris had a good start, so with the Red Bull, and the Mercedes are already trying to pass one another into turn 1. Hopefully there is no carnage, as I see, and actually Monaco was quite clean. So is Jamie as well.
Oh, fastest round, the Renault's round. Lucky for everyone that he spun into the wall on the right, not on the left. And full safety car. Felix Negwarp just caught that. He's gone around. He's going to be blocking the track as well. Hopefully everyone can get around him. He's out. It's going to be difficult, of course, but he goes down the inside, down into turn 1. He has to cut the corner a little bit. They're side by side on the exit. This is going to be really, really close. If he can stay there. And he's gone into him.
Oh, Diego's going for a lunge. Taps Aaron. Bran's going for it. Bran is going for it. And I've just missed it a little bit. Oh, there's more contact between these two. We're going to go online as he takes a win in Monaco with a 14.7 gap of Alan Conrad, who's in second, who still may keep a podium position right now. He may just be out of the range of a few people.
Might be able to still get them. He's in DRS.
No, he just loses it.
Wasn't great.
Aaron takes second, Diego third. Ollie takes second, Aaron takes third, Diego fourth, Bran drops to P5, Matthew Order takes sixth. Well then, as we can see, the Toro Rosso, the reserve of Lion, takes a top step on the podium in Monaco. Ollie in second, Aaron Cologne in third then, so I don't think anyone in our prediction actually got up there. And actually Ollie and Aaron's first podium in IRL, I believe this season, and first win for Lion, so it's the top 3 getting their firsts right now. So it's full wet in Canada, and the light sequence has begun. As now we have 2 lights, 3 red lights, now 4, now 5 red lights. Just waiting for them to go off, and they have gone off. And let's see what Canada can bring. And Aaron's actually had an alright start, and so's the Ferraris. Matthew's already making a little bit of corrections. Only steering as the Mercedes there near the back of Brandon, trying to pass one of the racing points there.
That looks like Eric's round.
Oh, that's Eric round.
Yeah, Eric Pennington's gone around. Well, not fully. But he went into a spin and lost quite a few positions. Yeah, Matthew Alder already got up to third.
Lions through.
Started in these.
Lee cut the corner there, and he's sorry to cut you off there, Kevin. He's now getting attacked 3 wide into turn 10. And I think there's decent between Ollie and Lee there as Pedro gets through. Ollie is in an Alfa Romeo sandwich right now. Jamie's going on the outside. He said he didn't have that much pace. Ollie's going to go on the inside. We get a decent point of view. More contact between him and Lee. Ollie gets shoved almost completely off there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jamie's off. Jamie is done a Vettel. Jamie is out there. I don't know what happened. He just lost the rear, touching the grass there, and just slid into the wall.
Jay's still there. He's got a front wing just about, and he's going to have to give up that position. Looks like Matthew was a bad exit. And now Jay's going to go around the outside. He's going to have the inside line for the next corner coming up. And he's going to get past his title rival and take the 3rd spot away from Matthew Order.
Maybe a little bit harsh. I don't understand if it was a 3-second penalty, but as Nino defends on the inside, Lee tries to switch. Oh, and there's contact. Nino didn't have a good exit, and that lag isn't helping.
Yeah, I have to say though, how is Nino still holding
on?
I mean,
Jack's gone off again. So Jay is really pushing, trying to get through Barnes, and they could, in theory, make another pit stop and still come out in front, in theory. They've done 50 seconds. Oh, a big lunge there from Jay. Aaron didn't see it coming.
He's going to have the slipstream. He's surely going to go to the left as Jay defends to the right. And Aaron keeps that position.
There's already an overtake already on Ollie and Pedro side by side into turn 4. Nice and tight from these two, as that probably scared Ollie there, that little lapped car there.
Yeah, and here comes Matthew now. Ollie defends to the inside. He's going to look to the outside, and he's going to get the switchback line. He's going to go around the outside. Cameron's going to be looking at this as well. Ollie gets a bad exit and he spins round.
As here comes Jay then.
Yeah, it looks like Bran Hassan.
Through the final 2 corners, he's going to come and win the Canadian Grand Prix, but will he win it by penalties? He takes the win. What about Aaron? Will Aaron win? Yes, Aaron does take the win by a lot there. Jay takes second. Bran actually takes second. Jay drops to third. Drops to fourth now. Pedro takes third. Jack Liberty's fifth. Cameron Young sixth. Matthew Alder does finish in seventh. There gets beaten by his teammate. I believe that's the first time Cameron actually has beaten him. Felix takes eighth. Ash takes ninth. And Eric jumps them both even after that mistake. Well then, for once, we actually didn't have Matthew winning a race, which is usually not like it. Matthew sometimes is up there with Jay, but Aaron Collingwood then takes his first win, I believe, this season with the Renault team, and now challenges Jay and Aaron Collingwood for the championship, with Brandon in second and Pedro in third place. We've got a nice camera view here, which I think is better. There's now 2 lights. Actually, I can't even see the light sequence. 4 lights, 5 red lights now. And we're off, and it looks like Jay's had an okay start. Jay's had a miles better start than Matthew Order. Who's going to lead into turn 1? Will it be Matthew? Will it be Jay's? We can see a rest point there off the track a little bit as the Mercedes and the Williams go side by side through turn 1. No wheel barge, and Jay does take the lead into the first corner. Look at Aaron Collingwood though, he's feisty on Matthew. Going to try to take second, possibly into the chicane. No, he backs off there. As there is yellows there, and that's a Red Bull. That is Felix Negwar at the back. No damage right now. Now starting to separate as we can see a racing point behind.
Lewis, Curtis and Matthew Collins going side by side in turn 1. Matthew on the inside, he's going to be trying to make an overtake here. And he's going to get a switchback line. They're going to be side by side in the exit. Matthew Collins, of course, on the medium tyre. In theory, the stuff should be still better at this point, and he's going to have the inside line and take that 9th position off of Lewis.
Snork in Hungary, I believe that was actually the Williams of Cameron Young trying to pass Lewis Marshall. They go side by side. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. Cameron's round. Cameron is round, and that is crucial, especially for the constructors. With Mercedes catching up a little bit, as neither Mercedes, I believe, last week or was at Monaco, scored any points. As here comes Casper.
Fuel.
Yeah, that's true, of course. Here comes Casper then on the outside of Eric. Haas versus Toro Rosso, round the outside on different tyre compounds, and this is where the mediums are starting to work, and this is where the guys on the softs are starting to go down.
Yeah, now Jay is going to have to make the move on Casper. He should be able to make a pretty standard move down the inside, but could Matthew follow him through, though? He is going to follow him through. Could Aaron maybe get involved in this as well? He's going to go down the inside. He's going to go down the inside of Jay, and they touch. Jay doesn't get damaged, luckily, and he's going to cut the corner and get a 3-second time penalty.
Okay.
He's going to be trying to make a move on him now. We'll have to slipstream in DRS. No, we won't have DRS yet. I don't think. Down the inside goes Jay, laid on the brakes, and he's made the move. So
here comes Matthew Collins now. Dives it in the last corner. Matthew sets a new fast lap, 33.1. Oh, and there's a bit more contact between Matthew Collins and Felix. Felix is getting a lot of contacts and battles today, as Felix now is getting overtaken by Eric. And Eric may fancy chances on Venom.
Tiesjeman just went down the inside of
the gap. As here comes Ollie then round the outside. He's going to go on the outside into the chicane, which will lead to the inside. He's got the better run. Brand has to give him space. And look at Ollie. Ollie gets it through quite easily on the grippier tyres. And Brandon now drops to 4th. And Matthew's 2 seconds up the road. So if Ollie oh, it's Jay now. Goes and fights for it. Round the side of Voss. This time gets a better lunge. Voss has to give him the space. Gets through though. He's going on the outside. It's again a bit more contact. Jay's still there, and Jay gets him on the exit, and Jay now moves up to P5. However, Diego now is under threat by Ollie. Ollie's going to take second place on lap 23, and he gets it done. Should have pitted and risked for soft, so we can see further behind. Jay is now making a move on Diego. Jay's on the inside, and he's already through. What about
Ollie? Doesn't get a great exit. He's going to be able to go down around the outside. Jay.
Oh, is Jay going to get him on speed? It's going to be very close. Matthew takes the win. Ollie takes second. Jay takes third. So side by side. Brand will take 4th. Matthew Collins does take 4th. Brandon drops to 5th. And Diego does take 3rd. Casper takes 6th. Brandon Glover takes 7th. Eric jumps to 7th. Brandon drops to 8th. So how many penalties did Brandon have? But Matthew then takes the win in France. And Ollie does take 2nd. So that's the 2nd podium this season for Ollie. Possibly could be a championship contender if he tries to change those podiums into wins, with Diego's first podium back after last season. I believe it was last season on Japan, I believe was his podium, or Brazil. But there we have it though. Matthew takes the win. Went for the sequence of lights to start. As now the light sequence has started, now with 2 lights, 3 lights, now 4 red lights, now 5 red lights. I'm waiting for them to go off, and they're off, and it looks like the Mercedes had an okay start. Bit better than Matthew. Matthew's bogged down in these conditions. Jay takes the lead straight away into turn 1. And that's what he needs. Jack Lewis is getting split by the Williams and the Racing Point there of Lewis Curtis. And there's contact behind. There's a few cars going off the track, and there's big contact between the Toro Rosso and a Renault. And Aaron Collingwood has left the session, and that is him out. He can no longer rejoin. And there's a VSC straight away, and there's everything flying, carbon fibre and a lot. After that, as we now go back racing, and Matthew's already trying to overtake Jay round the outside of the final corner. Gets the traction somehow. We just missed that, and Matthew gets the position done. So Williams looked very strong.
On the exit.
Brilliant traction. We're going to go 3 wide. Is Cameron now showing Matthew Alder he has the pace to win a race? Could go 4 wide. There we go. Jay does take it. Matthew tries to switch, a bit of contact there from the Williams team. Cameron just rear ends.
On this Racing Point around us there.
That's Lewis.
Half spun, I think. But now he's going to get a better exit by braking a bit earlier. He's going to activate overtake, and he's going to open that rear wing, and he's going to be going down the inside side by side into the hairpin, and he's going to get it. I thought it was a very similar move to the one Vettel did on Hamilton in real life there.
Here comes Jay now, going around the outside of Lewis Curtis into turn 2, as I call it, but in the actual thing it's turn 3. Brakes really early, does the switch, and Lewis Curtis runs completely off the track.
Side, and Matthew's really close to Brandon Glover. He's going to open DRS. Brandon is actually going to get DRS as well, and he's going to go on the inside. It's going to be a pretty easy move, it seems, into turn 1, and he'll get that up into 2nd place. But
yeah, you're all correct there, of course. His boss gets a 3-second time penalty again. That's now 6 seconds. Oh, as Brandon shoves a little bit of Casper a bit off the track, which he's allowed to do, of course. And there you go. Casper is on the outside, but won't have the inside line to the corner, and they're going to get really close, almost touching wheels. Brand locks up on the right front there. Casper around the outside, great move and great driving there to get through. Now Cameron Young is looking for the position. Got to be careful with the overtake, because one little mistake, oh, and it could almost end in tears. Someone got wing damage. I don't know who it was. Was that the McLaren?
He's going to be looking for it down the inside. Cameron Young is going to capitalise on any mistake either the two of them make. Brandon is going to be ahead on the exit. Cameron is going to get involved in this. It looks like maybe 3 wide. And Cameron goes through, so that's Casper losing 2 positions in a corner and a bit of a straight there, so that's not great for him. And now Cameron Young's looking down the inside. Actually, that would be a great move if he pulled it off. It looks like he is going to pull it off down the inside, still into the next left-hander, and he's going to make that move.
And go on the medium tyre, of course.
And,
I believe.
Lewis Curtis is getting past Matthew Collins for P9. Lewis losing the back end. He's going to up DRS. He's going to look to the outside as Lewis covers the inside, and he's going to have the inside line. No, actually, Matthew Collins gets it just before the corner and keeps P9.
But right now, Voss looks a lot more comfy on those mediums, and he's done 13 laps on those medium tyres, and he looks like he's got a lot more pace than JME, and goes on the inside into turn 1. JME tried to switch. Look at the exit of that Red Bull. Goes alongside. They're going side by side. This is basically a drag race. Who's got the lower downforce? As Jamie possibly going to lunge it into the hairpin. Yes, he does. Race point is still there. Of course, oh, there's a bit of contact there. It looked like Voss lost the rear a little bit.
Start finish straight. He's within 3/10 now, coming out of the first corner.
I've got to quick off
a little bit wide.
Lewis Curtis just got shoved off the track there by Jack there. Jack was on the outside, and it just looked like the rear tyre just hit Lewis's front and went completely off. And there's a bit of wheel banging between the championship rivals, Jay and Matthew there, getting so close to each other, but a lot of respect towards each other as well.
Yeah, Matthew Alder going down the inside of Jay once again, and he actually gets it into turn 1. Yeah, but here comes Jay anyway. I'm sure he wants to finish it on track ahead of him, and he's going to go down the inside of his title rival in the final lap.
Yes. Here comes Jay then, deserving win, and takes the championship fight back to Matthew. Jay takes the lead, Matthew Alder in second. It looks like Cameron Young will be third with the gap he's got, unless he's got some surprising penalties, which I don't believe he's got any at all. But here he comes then through the final corner, will take third. So Williams are going to get the most in the constructors, as Jack Laverty will take 4th. Will be a bit disappointed with the contact he had with Cameron, but he wouldn't have got that anyway by penalties, as Matthew Collins then will round up in 5th. Brandon Glover does retake 5th. Matthew Collins is in 6th now. Casper will take 7th, as Eric will be happy with 8th. Voss in 10th there. Pedro jumps them both to jump to 8th there from 10th. Lewis Curtis takes 11th. Once here as Jay then takes the top 7 podium this season. Is its 2nd win of this season. Matthew yet again in 2nd. Cameron Young 3rd. This is basically like Bahrain yet again. The top 4 I think basically were the same in the 26 laps round at Britain. There's now 1, 2 lights, now 3 lights, 4 lights, now 5 red lights, and they've gone out in the Silverstone Grand Prix at round 8, and it looks like Jack Laverty hasn't had a great start. Ray already spinning those rear tyres, almost kicked him out straight away. And let's see how the field reacts in these conditions. As we'll go further down, as I say, he's completely off the track there, already out of turn 1. As right now, it looks like there's a move between the Toro Rossos. Is that Sondre? It is Sondre. Sondre's already making a few errors, and Matthew Collins is getting feisty, lunging his way through the field, and possibly going to try and ollie. And there's a racing point round, and there's a Red Bull of Felix Negwa. Felix and Lewis Curtis. Lewis lost control of the rear and just hit Felix's front wing. And these two are going to have to come back to the pits for some repairs. It's now Fran sees an opportunistic move on both drivers. Ollie gets shoved off wide. Ollie didn't see the Alfa Romeo there. The Alfa was in the blind spot. As it looks like right now, Eric's in 4th. Oh, Matt's gone off.
Did Eric or Matt? Yeah,
Matt looks like he went off.
He's also lost the position to Matthew Collins there.
Oh, it's Matt now versus Matthew
Collins. I'm not
Collins.
sure why. And Jay is also trying to go around the outside of him as well. This is for P6. Jay started, remember, down in 12th to 13th, I'm pretty sure. So he's really making up these positions. The border on the exit there. Is that Brandon? Oh, and Brandon and Ollie are fighting again.
They go side by side, and this time Brand gets the advantage.
He's got a better exit off slipstream as well. He's all the ERS in the world.
As Lewis Curtis has called it a day then, as now Ollie and... Whoa, Casper lost a big chunk of his wing there. Ollie gave him no room and just squeezed him off into the wall. And that was a Schumacher Rubens Barrichello move all over again in Hungary. And Casper will be furious with that. He's closed up on Eric. Let's see what he can do down the hangar straight. Max speed, max ERS, max fuel, and already gets the job done before the corner. Right now though, Matthew Collins is looking feisty on Eric this time. Round the outside. Makes the move already, so Eric may be just letting these guys through and possibly trying to save the intermediate tyres.
And now on the exit, he is going to be able to get side by side. He gets squeezed on the right. They're going to be side by side into the old turn 1. Who is going to be able to come out on top? It's going to be Jamie Morris. Nice move. Up into 9th. A bit of wing damage, I saw.
No wing damage from what I saw there. Oh, and there was going to be wing damage. Oh. They've done a Verstappen and Vettel.
Right now, I think, because Matthew's really...
Rich made a mistake.
Doesn't seem easy right now.
Jack Laverty's going to take the lead. He's on the inside. The Renault has got nothing against that McLaren. And Jack Laverty is currently in the lead. What about Matthew Ward? Will he get anywhere close enough to even challenge?
Yeah, Matthew Collins might take the lead of this race, Jared. He does take the lead of this race out of nowhere.
Jay's still in the lead right now.
Net lead at least.
But yeah, it's definitely soft tyres, so it has gone near the wire then. Jay tried to gamble to try and win this race, but this is good news for Jay at the moment. He's got to only last 3 laps on those inter conditions, on those inter tyres, I apologise. As he really struggling there, revving in 4th gear. Matthew Collins takes the lead of the race.
Down in 7th.
Jack's got a 3-second time penalty, remember, right? Matthew's got no penalty. And look at this! Jack Laverty with a grip on those soft tyres shows Fran who is boss, and round the outside to the fast right-hander. Here comes Matthew.
Brandon
takes the win. Jack Laverty takes 2nd, doesn't take the win then. Matthew Collins wins. Rich takes 3rd. What about Matthew? Will Matthew jump him? No, Matthew stays 4th. Brandon will take 5th then, just from Diego, but Diego jumps by penalties. Jay's in 7th. Gets 3-second time penalty added to his troubles. He won't be happy with the result, but he'll be better than what it was at the start in 12th. He takes 7th, and Matthew Collins takes the top spot today and takes the win in a Ferrari. First time we've seen the Ferrari this season, I believe, take the top step of the podium with Jack Laverty in second place and Rich in third. Start the sequence lights. We're now 2 lights, 3 lights, now 4 red lights, now 5 red lights. So we're about to start the German Grand Prix in IRL Season 7, and lights are out. And a great start for one of the Red Bull drivers further behind, but then he bogs down in the gears, and Matthew stays, actually moves up to third. Lewis Curtis has had a great start into fourth. Matthew now jumps to second place. Will he challenge Jay into turn 2? No, he doesn't. He stays behind as now the Red Bull of Voss is trying to get on the inside of one of the racing points from Pack Bowers. Diego jumps into 6th place, battling with Richard. Oh, as Richard's had a bit of contact, and there's contact. Richard's round. Oh, and there's going to be chaos. Oh, Jack Laverty. Oh, there's a big crash. Did I just see a McLaren flip there?
Yeah, that would be Jack Laverty, and he's out of the race. I have no clue what happened there, but it looks like he was sent airborne.
Yeah. Well, the races now we can see Matt and Cameron Young. Cameron Young in the Williams to try and help his teammate in the constructors. As we can see another fight further behind. Eric, Ollie, and Diego fighting it out. As Ollie is already ahead in the corner. Diego gets past Eric. The Mercedes grandstand sort of trying to make it work round the outside. The Bottlehaug is doing some amazing racing against Felix, a Season 4 champion. Oh, is that Sodrick round? Sodrick is round, and he's bottled that move. Ollie Flavel is making a move on the inside, about to approach turn 6. Goes alongside the Toro Rosso and gets the position. Eric tries to switch, but can't make it work with a grip at the moment on those intermediates. And it just looks like Ollie's got a lot stabler setup in these conditions right now. It's game over, and this is Jamie's time. Jamie goes on the inside. So now we're side by side, and it looks like Jamie's the car ahead. Already goes to the braking zone, closes Matt off to stop him trying to go on the outside. And Matt tries for a possible switch, but can't make it work. And Jamie takes P7 and like that. But here comes Pedro. And Jay is going to try and defend for his life, but will Pedro make a lunge on the outside possibly into turn 6?
I think he's going to have to go for a switchback. Jay will go late.
Yep, he's done it.
He does go deep, and he has made the switchback.
Great move there from Pedro.
Place.
Awesome move there. Now his next objective is Matthew Alder, only 4 seconds up the road, and that will be his next target on lap.
Matthew didn't have a great exit there, and Pedro did tap him on the exit. But they are going to go side by side now. He has a wing just there, so Matthew will have to give him space. He's going to be on the outside, coming into the hairpin. This is for the race lead for Pedro. Matthew's probably going to go deep, and he's going to make another switchback. And he is going to take the lead of this race.
So Matthew ain't really going to fight his teammate then, to be honest. But if he does, it's going to be very strange, because he's going to lose the position on pens anyway, and the penalty isn't going to get removed because it's a 3 second. Unless it was a glitch 3 second, but I doubt it. But here comes Lewis Curtis then. Look at the grip. Already trying to lunge. As actually, hang on a minute. Is this my eyes deceiving me? Has the rain cooled down? Ooh, that was cheeky from Matthew.
Turn 2 that was.
Oh, so does Lewis.
And that was Siemens going to have a run on him. Lewis is actually off track. Lewis has made a mistake.
Oh, that's a shame for Lewis. That's game over for him then to challenge these two. But now the Williams in going side by side.
Flags as well, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to make. He will actually.
He went
on
green.
The outside.
Matthew trying to shove his teammate off, but Cameron is saying it's not your day today, it is my day to take P2. And Cameron is looking confident, especially from starting quite far down the grid. And Matthew has just been destroyed today. Same with Jade, who took the lead in a couple of laps ago and built an 8.6 second gap. I don't know if he has any penalties, but he takes the win in first. Cameron Young will take second place, unless Cameron's got a surprise 6 second penalty. But Cameron takes second, Matthew takes third, and Lewis Curtis is going to be disappointed for fourth after that contact he had between him and Matthew and that mistake he made. Jay is going to finish in a disappointing 5th place, but not going to lose that many points to Matthew, as Matthew only scored 15 points, so only 5 points difference. Jay takes 5th then, as Felix Negwar jumps to 6th, and he will be happy with that. Is he actually getting challenged by Diego? Will penalties change it? No. Yes, it does. Diego moves to 6th, Felix jumps to 7th. Sodra Sohaug takes P8. Well, there's the top man on the podium today. Pedro takes the first win in IRL for him. His debut win, and I believe the first win for Renault this season, or possibly the second win. He will be very happy with that finish. And Cameron will be happy to beat his teammate in second, and Matthew Collins takes third. A very interesting strategy call he tried. As the light sequence has started then, so now we're at 2 lights, 3 lights, now 4 lights, now 5 red lights. until this race begins, and the race lights have gone out and the race has started, and Matthew's had an okay start. So is Jay in the Mercedes, actually had an okay start, and also the Alfa Romeo behind. And Jay's already trying to pass the McLaren, as Jack Leverty hasn't had the best of starts. As we see that Matthew got a bit rubbed behind Lewis
looks
Curtis.
like Matthew Collins went for a bit of a dive, and there's some lag there between the Ferrari and the Williams. In the back, though, in general, I think I saw a little bit of damage, but no one being affected too much.
Yeah, he's missing an end plate, so possibly wasn't a contact between him and Ollie, as now he's now losing more positions. Now Felix Negwa is now making the inside move for the final corner and gets the job done.
We do have Jack Leverty going for a move. He's going to go to the outside. Lewis Curtis fence to the inside, and he's going to make it around the outside, just very, very close there between them two. And also Jay might be looking for a move now. Okay, then
it's going to be 4 wide, and here comes there now 4 wide. The Ferrari, and a bit of contact there between Lewis Curtis and Matthew Collins. There, look like and more contact between Matthew Collins and the Toro Rosso, and Jack Leverty's gone off the track. He has to make a safe rejoin, give the position back, and yes, he does. As right now Voss is trying to go past Eric, and Cameron Young's trying to get past Lewis Curtis. This is a massive fight for Eric. As now Voss gets the position. Reminds me of Malaysia of 2009, I believe, or 2008, with Jarno Trulli and the Toyota against the McLarens. Just how slow they were. And right now Eric is just dropping off like a train. Now Cameron Young's possibly fancying a chance to the front, and there's been a crash. Eric is out completely, and Cameron Young is lucky. That's true, of course. Matthew Collins now is also challenging Diego as well, as we did see Jay making some positions further behind on the Red Bull is his next target. But here comes Matthew Collins on the inside of Diego. Possibly going to try the outside. Can't make work. More contact.
He's been pushed off. It's
Ascari is both Hasses down in 5th and 6th. Oh, and Ollie makes a mistake through Ascari.
Ollie's made a major mistake. He keeps out of the wall just about, but he's going to go right down the order.
Ooh, he almost spins it.
We could see a 3 wide moment, maybe. Casper goes to the outside. Matthew's going to go in the middle of them. It is going to be 3 wide into turn 1. Who is going to come out on top? Ollie has the inside line. Casper's going to have to back out of it, and Matthew does get it, but then there's Matthew's teammate out of nowhere.
Cameron Young
gets a double overtake.
As we go on board with Jack Leverty, who's going to take his debut win in IRL Season 7, Round 10 at Italy, and he's coming to the line, and he takes the win. Voss takes second. Matthew
Voss takes the win on penalties.
Oh, penalties, that switches it.
And I think he knew it as well. He was weaving across the line. I think he knew that Jack had pens. And he actually takes his first win.
So we see that Voss in the Renault, top step at the podium. It's been a while since we've seen the Renault this season being at the top step of the podium. Actually, that is a lie. Pedro actually was in the Renault last week and won. It's good to see this. Could this be a possible future team, Voss and Pedro, for the season 8? There we go, the light sequence has started now. 2 lights, now 3 lights, now 4 red lights into the Japanese Grand Prix in IRL Season 7, and the lights are out. And it looks like Matthew's had an okay start. Voss has had a decent start as well. As look at both racing points trying to challenge the Renault into turn 1. Hopefully there's no contact at all. Oh, there's some carbon fibre I see further behind, and that looks like it's from a Williams of Cameron Young. It is. Cameron Young's lost a bit of his end plate there.
Cameron Young's made a mistake down on P6. Diego should be able to get by him. Side by side, it looks like he has got it just before 130R. He does up into P6 for Diego, but can Cameron come back though? Diego has to defend to the inside a little bit. He thinks someone in the background locked up, and he is going to get that spot. So yeah, Cameron
take the ball.
Had a little look going into 130R, but it doesn't look like he was able to make the most of it. Now down the inside, it looks like he will make the move with his teammate, and Brandon doesn't put up too much of a fight. Right behind Elentink, as Elentink is on Brandon Glover, and he's going to go down the inside. He finds a gap from somewhere, as Brandon's going to get pushed to the inside just enough while being left room. It looks like he's actually going to be in the back foot for Voss as well. Voss tries to go down the inside in the Ferrari. Devon's also maybe trying to get involved. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 1. And it looks like, yes, Brand does just keep that. Actually, no, Siegeman did get past him.
Ooh, bit of contact there between Brandon and Devin there, but they're not going to last much longer. As we can see now, Rich has had enough of Bran. He needs the position, gets the job done. Bran has nowhere to go. Now Jamie Morris is possibly making a move into the chicane. Bran is... Oh, bit of contact there between Bran and Jamie. As these two... Oh, and here comes a Ferrari. He's done what Diego couldn't do, and with the grippier tyres, Devin gets the position at the moment of still side by side. Yellow flag's further behind. Sondre's crashed. Sondre's binned it through the bump, through the final corner, and the traditional bottle hog yet again making mistakes through the final corner. He did it in Italy. He's done it again. Going on the outside into the chicane. Oh, turned into him. There's contact between the Renault. Has to give the position back, and he does just about. Elting has a 5-second as well.
Jamie Morris and Dainsor are still fighting it out for P9 right now. Jamie is going to look on the outside. He's going out the inside for the final chicane. They're still side by side. Dainsor's going to try and keep it. They're going to go side by side. Running over the right behind. This is what it looks like. Jamie's going to just get him to the line, and he does. Just P9 for Jamie Morris. And if you look at how his race started with pitting onto softs instead of mediums or hards, like most people, I think that is a pretty successful drive.
Oh yeah, that is true. And Elting actually had a 5-second penalty, and Jack Laverty and Lewis Curtis moved second to third. Jack Yates finishes 30th.
Sondre's going to go to the left. Ollie's going to be on the right. They're going to be side by side into the final chicane. Who is going to
Ollie's done him dirty.
Spot.
Ollie's done Sondre dirty. That was amazing.
Sondre's going to actually be side by side.
Bit of contact there.
Ollie just hits it.
As Matthew Order then takes the win, and I believe the Constructors has been settled there, Kevin. Am I correct?
That would be.
So the Williams team then have done the double. They won the Drivers' Championship with Matthew Older, as Matthew Older was a 2-time champion again from last week. And the Constructors now are being wrapped up from another team Matthew's been in. He was in Renault last season, they won it. Now he's been in Williams, and now they've won it. So put Matthew in any car, and it looks like the Constructors is going to win for their team. 4 red lights now, 5 red lights to the start of the final round of Season 7 in the F1 tier, and the lights are out, and it looks like the Red Bulls had an okay start. Same with the Renaults, and one of the McLarens further back has had... Oh, there's already contact, and there's a crash further behind, and that is the Bottle Hog, I think. Or is that Eric?
No, that's Eric approaching turn 1. Didn't even get to turn 1, he just lost it on his own. It looks like I was on board with Matthew.
Fran's got major front wing damage
and
there.
Safety car, full safety car already. Jamie goes really deep and hits Brandon Glover. Brandon's round.
Third right now, and it isn't Matthew Older. Matthew Older's in 6th. Closing. Oh, a bit of contact there between Kaj and Lewis as they're going side by side through turn 3. The position is to Kaj, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, Kevin, but this fight is getting...
I was going to say, Jack Lefty going for a move on Brett. He's going to go the long way around in turn 3, and it looks like he might be able to make it work as well. He has actually been able to make it work. Can Ollie Flavel maybe do the same as his teammate? No, Brett goes back down the inside. He goes deep. It'll allow Jack to get a switchback, but he loses the rear end, and he's going to have to concede that position.
Well, it's very similar actually between Lewis Curtis and Jack Laverty. Not Jack Laverty, Kaj. Kaj did the switchback there and made the move quite easy on Lewis Curtis, but here comes Matthew now. Open the door, goes on the inside. Lewis gives him plenty of space. Lewis stays on the racing line, possibly going to help him actually into turn 1 if Lewis wants to give it a go. And no, Lewis lets him by, and he doesn't really want to fight Matthew right now, which possibly could be a benefit.
Speaking of Matthew, he's going to turn 3. He was opposite locking the whole way through and keeps his car. It's just turning the wrong way, like turn right to go left.
Very aggressive there, not dangerous I would say, but a bit too close. Brand makes a mistake though, and here comes Sondre. Cut the Bottle Hog. Oh, Ball's made a mistake.
And Sondre makes a mistake.
Both drivers today.
Not as big of a mistake though.
No, not that big. Lost a little bit of time. Luckily he didn't plant it in the wall. Them to the end with Pedro with a lighter fueled car. Cameron sets new fastest lap, 17.6, miles quicker than his teammate by 4/10, and he's picking up the pace to try and catch up with Devin and trying to make the overtake as Kaj makes a move on overtake on Ollie Flavel.
Just behind P3 and P2.
Dive from Cameron. Sorry to cut you off. Cameron's just dived that on Devin there, which is not really an overtaking corner. Wow, what a move. And Cameron moves up to 5th, Devin into 6th. Well, Cameron actually will be beaten by Pedro right now because Pedro's currently winning this race. And Cameron Young now makes a move on Ollie Flavel. Very easy move. And he's probably been motivated by his teammate in P2 to pick up the pace to try and get Williams 1-2 this season. Ollie stays out. And he's expecting dry weather. It is brightening up, you are right. So we could see possibly dry weather in the next 5 laps. In this race, as Devin's going on the outside through turn 1. Into turn 2, gets the move. Ollie tries to switch, try and get a better grip on those tyres.
Lewis might be going for a move on Ollie as well. He'll want to make this move as he goes way off the track, and he's actually lost it.
Oh, Lewis is gone.
On the exit, Lewis has lost his whole front wing. Luckily, he's able to continue.
Back on the racing line, as Jack Levity where he is going to be on 104 points. Oh, a bit of contact there between Brandon and Jack. Brandon looked like he just let off completely. And either tapped his brake. I don't know why he's weaving. He was completely in wrong.
Lewis is going down the inside of Sondre Storhog. He's going to have to try and hang it around the outside now. Battle for 14th, that is.
Ooh,
Sondre loses it. And
go on board if he gets a bit closer.
Brandon going side by side in turn 1.
We will go on board that right now. And actually, Diego as well.
Angles for both.
Ooh, side by side, touching side pods. Ollie and Bran have been at wars with each other a few times this season. In Germany, they had a bit of contact. Diego still hasn't got past Mike. Bran is on 28 lap old intermediate tyres. Do you think Bran's going to the end of the race on those inters?
Doing at all well.
Bran's
you can see the difference. Ollie's going to fly past in here.
Bran pitted. Kevin, Bran pitted. He must have crashed or spun it in the pit lane. He's been reset the track, and he spun it on the reset. Bran, yeah, it's not soft yet. Maybe next lap. But
surprised if Devin went too deep. We'll see what happens. Casper's going to go on the inside.
Yeah, you're right. He goes miles deep.
Way too far out.
And
you can see the spray as well.
Yeah,
there's still spray. It's still inches. Yeah,
here he comes in.
He's dominated ever since he took the lead. He crosses the line. He's going to take the win as well. So dominant from him.
Oh, Matthew had a penalty. 6.5.
Half of the race.
Cameron also had a penalty apparently. 3.1. Maybe that's why Matthew didn't push. So both Williams then, second and third. Jack Lavity is going to take a lonely 4th. Now, is that Brandon? It is Brandon. Yep, it is Brandon.
And I think Sondre is going to be joining him soon too. I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon waited.
Ollie takes 6th.
And
Diego
maybe Jack Yates will join as well.
Oh yeah, I can see that now. Casper will take 8th. They can do donuts after these lot have passed the line. And there we go. Will, if he crosses the finish line. Oh no, he's just crashed it. He is just.
Oh.
I caught that. Bottle.
Actually for P9.
But there's your man on the top step of the podium, Pedro, and you can see how bad those inters were, blistering. Pedro then takes the win. I believe that's his 2nd win this season. Cameron Young takes third. Is it his 3rd?
I know he won in Germany and here. I'm sure.
No, Germany was his 1st win.
Pedro.
So
yeah, no, it is actually 2nd.